Good morning. So, I'm not even nearly confident enough to be doing this, but I wanted to document my process in moving to Korea. I currently have a cold, I think, I hope, I'm sure that I do. 10:30, so it's not even late, I'm just being lazy. And I just got some mail back from the government, which is one of my legalised documents for the visa process. For the visa process, you need your application form, 2 legalised documents, which is your DBS and your degree certificate. You also then need 2 passport photos and a letter from university claiming that you did in fact do your degree with them. But my problem is, I first got my documents certified. You have to get them certified before the government legalises them. I first got my documents certified by a teacher of mine, a past teacher. I sent them off, paid £65, and they were like, nope, sorry, you have to use a solicitor or notary public. So I got them sent back, and then I went to a solicitor. She certified the documents for me, but she certified a photocopy of my DBS, and I thought that would be fine, so I sent them off. I get them back today, and they're like, we only certified one this time, the other, it can't be a photocopy. Which means today I have to go back into town, and it's raining, to get it certified again by the same solicitor. I'm hoping she's not going to charge me again. Before I forget, there was a few things that I did want to mention, which is startup fees that you're probably going to need before you actually get to Korea, because the way it works out, when you get to Korea you do your mandatory 2-week quarantine and then you do a week's worth of training. So I think before you actually get any pay for your work, you're probably going to be waiting for about like 1 to 2 months. You might miss the first cut-off date and then not be paid to the second month. So they recommend that you take 1,500 to 2,000 out with you. Obviously on top of that you need your flight money and anything else. Naturally I have some worries about going to live in a different country, cultural barriers, language barriers, because I don't yet speak the language, and currency I think will really confuse me to begin with. I do know of people though who've been out in Korea for years and they haven't learned the language. I don't want that to encourage me to not learn the language, because it is something that I'd like to learn. But I have been told that it is quite a safe, someone's waking up, it is quite a safe place to live depending on where you go. Now I have to go to the solicitors to get my document done. I've been very lucky to actually get an appointment today. The first time round I had to wait 2 to 3 days to see them, which is okay, but I need it done sooner rather than later. But they were able to do it for me today, so I've got to go and get my document certified. This is the website that you have to be on. Have to start a whole separate application now to get the DBS legalised again, which is a bit of a long process. It just requires a large letter stamp, but welcome to the British government. Cost of postage. Yay. Now I need to go through the effort of plugging my printer in. Okay, so I finally got my DBS sent off. I just went to the post office, and I was going to wrap this video up after I'd finally got my DBS certified for a 3rd time. Hopefully it's enough, it's right, and it will come back legalised in 3 days. Now I have to find something to do for the rest of the day. I was really hoping that I'd come home and have post. It's just one of the few joys I have left. Nothing came. I am waiting on 2 things, but even when I'm not waiting for anything to come in the post, I still wait for the postman, just in case someone surprises me. I did get a letter from the NHS yesterday asking me to take part in COVID-19 research, antibody test. It's quite exciting actually, very thoughtful of them to randomly select me off a list of names. Finally, what I need to add on about the visa thing is, when everything's done, when I get all my documents back, I can send them to my recruiter, and then something happens and then I go to London to collect my actual visa. Don't know when that's going to happen. I don't even know if I'll be able to with COVID going on. If you are planning on teaching abroad
and you have a nose ring, just double check whether you're allowed to keep it in, because for me it's my whole personality and I really don't like my nose without it. It looks huge, so I have to take mine out. Oh, you have to do an introductory video, by the way, as part of the application process. Basically, you just have to stand in front of the camera with no facial jewellery, no crazy makeup, looking presentable, explaining why you think you'd make a good teacher, why you want to go to South Korea, etc, etc. My video was, I can't even look back at it. I've seen some people on YouTube actually upload theirs. I just can't do that. It's not, but I did have to take my nose ring out for that. And when I just saw, it's not even a big thing, you know, if I took it out no one would even notice. But the minute I took it out and I just looked at myself on camera, I was like, I'm gonna look like such a primary school teacher. Just imagine, this is such a primary school teacher cardigan. Imagine me just like this, no nose ring, no earrings. The rain royally ruined my hair today. Look at this patch of grey wall that I still haven't painted. Guess if you have any questions about the application process, you can leave them in the comments or ask someone more experienced. I don't know. So I will update what happens next. When my document gets legalised, when I can go and collect my visa, and yeah, I think the next big update will be when I find out where I'm actually going. I think that's everything. Literally bullied myself into finishing that because I couldn't watch the end of that video without winding myself up. Kept wondering why this whole video was really low quality. Turns out I have it turned down on my phone. Special guest. Princess Zelda. My hair was like this.